Crime on Demand.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM'S Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Switch to a Ready Cash loan today. Bring your loan to us and get 25% off your interest rate. Get flexible payment terms, fast approval, and hassle-free service, so you can do all the important things you need with ease. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit us in-store or apply online at www.shopcourts.com. Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, major United States airline JetBlue will commence flights to St. Vincent and the Grenadines this year. This was announced by Minister of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development and Culture Carlos James at the State of Tourism Industry address on Tuesday. Minister James said that negotiations are currently ongoing with 3 carriers, but he was only able to speak publicly about JetBlue Airways at the time. We hear more from the Tourism Minister.
We continue to work closely with other airlines to improve airlift capacity. In a few weeks, we will announce at least 1 new additional airlines which is expected to enter the destination by year-end. These airlines, we're still closely negotiating. We're looking at least 3 carriers likely to come into the destination between this year and next year. But I can safely say we already would have secured JetBlue to come to the destination this year, 2024. Of course, due to the negotiations, I will not announce the other carriers, but I can safely say that JetBlue will be landing in St. Vincent and the Grenadines 2024.
That was the Minister of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development and Culture, Carlos James. JetBlue operates over 1,000 flights daily and serves 100 domestic and international network destinations in the United States, Canada, Mexico, the Caribbean, Central America, South America, and Europe. The government is looking at having the records of the nation's cemeteries digitized so that they will be properly preserved. This was disclosed by Minister of Urban Development, Energy, Airports, Seaports, Grenadines Affairs, and Local Government, Banava Brown, during her appearance on WEFM's Issue at Hand program on Sunday. Minister Brown said that there is currently limited to no record keeping being done at the nation's cemeteries. We hear more from Minister Brown.
We have some activities planned to try and address the issues regarding cemeteries. One of the things that we're looking as well at first is the digitization of some of the cemeteries and running a small project. Because what we have realized that happened is basically, in some instances, no or very limited record keeping in terms of cemeteries. Generally, some of the records are kept by workers within the cemetery. So as they pass, the knowledge pass. And we need to be able to do that as well. So we're aiming to look at the digitization in some parts.
That was Minister of Urban Development, Energy, Airports, Seaports, Grenadines Affairs, and Local Government, Banava Brown. According to Minister Brown, the Urban Development Ministry currently manages 45 public cemeteries, 25% of which are either past capacity or near maximum capacity. Still on the local scene, an official investigation has been launched by police following the circulation of a viral video of a child being abused. According to an official release, investigators at the Criminal Investigations Department, the CID, have opened an investigation into the video. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, in their release, said that the child in the video, who was seen being physically abused and suffocated by someone who sounded like an adult female, has been removed from the home by social services and placed into foster care, where she will receive the necessary treatment and care that is needed. Meanwhile, the police are in the process of apprehending the suspect. Police are calling on anyone with information that can assist with this investigation to call 999, 911, or contact the Criminal Investigations Department at 1784 457 1211, extension 483. The tourism product of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is set to receive a major boost in the future as planning for the establishment of a Pirates of the Caribbean themed park at Wallaby is set to begin this year. Minister of Tourism Carlos James made this disclosure during the State of the Tourism Industry address on Tuesday. Minister James said they are looking at scouting lands closest to the beach to accommodate the state of the art themed park, which will include a restaurant, pool, and more. We hear more from the tourism minister.
This year, we will also explore and conceptualize designs for a Pirates of the Caribbean themed park at Wallaby. It's important that we look at how we can further develop our tourism product offering. We have to ensure that we have all of the right services and sites that are of a quality standard to ensure that persons coming to the destination can really see the true benefit of our product. This design concept will take into account the themed movie Pirates of the Caribbean. We're looking at scouting lands closest to the beach where we can look at further developing to accommodate a state-of-the-art themed park, restaurant, a full-on area, a pool, and naturally beach access for persons coming by sea.
That was the Minister of Tourism, Carlos James, speaking at the State of the Tourism Industry address. Minister James said a Pirates of the Caribbean themed park is something that has been long requested on the island by many, and this year will see the commencement of design concepts with hopes of implementation beginning in 2025. On to news in the region. Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown officially opened the Antigua and Barbuda Embassy in Beijing, China. Prime Minister Brown said the establishment of this embassy signals the advancement in the relations between the government of Antigua and Barbuda and the People's Republic of China. According to Loop News, the ceremony also featured remarks by Antigua and Barbuda's Ambassador to China, His Excellency Brian Stewart Young, Minister for Foreign Affairs, E.P. Chet Green, and the Assistant Minister for Foreign Affairs of the People's Republic of China. This year marks the 41st anniversary of relations between Antigua and Barbuda and the People's Republic of China. The Royal Grenada Police Force, the RGPF, says a businessman from Carriacou who was wanted by police has been apprehended by law enforcement in Trinidad and Tobago. The RGPF says Dwayne MacDonald, a businessman of Mount Pleasant, Carriacou, was wanted by police for questioning in connection with the May 2023 death of Victor Randy McIntosh, a resident of Carriacou. A statement from the police force says a collaboration of intelligence efforts by law enforcement officials from Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, and other regional entities led to the identification and apprehension of MacDonald. The Royal Grenada Police Force says it is extremely grateful to its regional partners, especially Trinidad and Tobago, for their assistance in apprehending MacDonald. On the international scene, a two-state solution is key to ending the war in Gaza, says the United Nations and the United Kingdom. The UK and the UN said this option is the key to bringing peace in the Israel-Palestine conflict. The UK's foreign minister said on Wednesday as he set off for a tour of the Middle East that he would highlight Britain's long-term support for a two-state solution. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres on Tuesday insisted that denying Palestinian statehood would prolong the war in the Gaza Strip, Al Jazeera reports. Global concern was sparked after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu last week said he opposes an independent Palestinian state and his country needs full security control over the Palestinian territories. Finally, in sports, two-time Australian Open finalist Daniil Medvedev used his greater experience deep in a Grand Slam to beat Polish ninth seed Hubert Hurkacz for a place in this year's semifinals. Russian third seed Medvedev won in the ninth major quarterfinal of his career. Hurkacz, in only his second quarterfinal, fought back to level, but Medvedev edged the decider to progress. Medvedev is aiming for a second major title after winning the 2021 US Open. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WEFM's 3 p.m. news. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
You need in one place. Great deals, best prices. At Cords, you can find easy-to-use appliances and electronics, plus effortless furniture for every home at unbeatable prices. So get what you want now, pay now, or later with Ready Finance. Only at Cords, bringing value home.